be formal, we wouldn't get anything done. Oh, hi everyone. It's Charlotte Pierce. I'm the producer of Face the Book TV and a board member at Independent Publishers of New England. I also have my own publishing company called Pierce Press. It's a boutique micro publisher, but we have three books in development right now, and we're growing. But I'm here, yay! I'm here with Edie Clarke. She's one of the speakers at our conference coming up in November. She is an experienced video producer and knows how to leverage the power of video for book marketing and other types of marketing, I suppose. Let's. Why don't you introduce yourself in your company, consulting practice, or whatever you call it?
Hi, everyone. I am sure that most of you, if not every single one of you, have heard about the term know, like, and trust factor, right?
The
know, like, and trust factor.
Know, like, and trust.
Trust factor.
Okay.
Which is a saying or a quote that a lot of marketers tend to use when it comes to equating marketing your business, your services with getting clients. And that the only time that that's really going to happen is if those prospective clients know who you are, like you, and therefore trust you enough to actually give you money. One of the key ways for you to gain that knowledge of them understanding who you are, them liking you, and them trusting you is if you are utilizing the power of video. So I help my clients leverage the power of video, and in particular YouTube, so that they can get found as subject matter experts by converting their knowledge and their expertise into videos that their ideal clients or audience is actively searching for. And the reason why that's so vitally important is because YouTube, if you did not know, is the second largest search engine in the world behind its parent company, Google.
Yeah, and it's owned by Google. So,
exactly.
Why not
exactly.
Either?
So if you want to get found, that's where you need to be.
I think a lot of us are just, we're so fully involved in producing our books. We're independent authors and publishers, and we just don't have the tools in our tool belt to, so will you be going into that a little bit and how to educate yourself?
Yes. Yeah. I will, in my talk, I will be giving you an overview of the importance of video, because I do know, not necessarily, I've worked with authors in the past, but they have not always been open and welcoming to video because they see it as a daunting process.
Or too much self-promotion or something.
Right. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be like that. So I want to talk about, and I'm going to talk about the importance of it, how you can utilize it, and the different ways that you can utilize it. And there's a myriad of different ways that you can utilize video that suits who you are and your personality. So you don't necessarily have to do the cookie cutter thing of what other people are doing. When I first started, the thing to do for authors were book trailers. And those were pretty much the only thing that you saw that was online, whether it was on, social media or if it was on YouTube. And that's not the only way, because that truly is in your face marketing. You don't need to just do book trailers. There are so many different things. And what I like to do with my clients is I always try to get to know what their personality is, what are they comfortable doing, and then we do that. And I just teach them how they can do it utilizing video.
And identify what works and do more of that,
Right. Exactly. And it's all about experimenting. You really, video is a great platform and a tool to use to showcase your personality and, importantly, your authenticity, because you do not want to come across as somebody that's inauthentic and unbelievable, because you're not going to get anybody to buy your books or read your books.
No, people can see that a mile away.
Totally. Yeah, totally. And so I like to help my audience figure out what is it that they like to do. And even if it seems like it's never been done, let's experiment and try it and see whether that will attract an
Sure, yeah.
audience.
So do you come across a lot of authors who are just like they're so introverted that they can't do it. They can't.
Well, I've come across a lot of people in general,
Yeah.
not just authors. That is a
Sure, yeah.
common issue that a lot of people have. And there are baby steps that can be taken in order for you to get more comfortable. But unfortunately, we're at a stage in the world when it comes to marketing that you cannot avoid or ignore
Yeah.
video anymore,
Mhm.
because it is a staple no matter what social media
Yeah.
platform you're on. And it is usually the number one mechanism that brings in the most eyeballs, even
Wow.
if it's on Facebook or Instagram or
Yeah.
whatever.
And
Um,
will you kind of talk about the length of, because my experience, attention span is so short with people
yeah,
that you don't want to like burden them with a
right.
45-minute session or something.
It all
But yeah.
depends. I mean, when it comes to length, obviously, when you're just starting, it's
Yeah.
advised to start shorter and then
Mhm.
go longer after that.
Okay.
But
Yeah. Okay.
each client is unique. And
Mhm.
I can't say, oh, Charlotte, you can only do 2 to 3 minute videos. Don't ever do anything longer than that, because I don't know who your audience is. I don't know if they have a tolerance for a longer video. I don't know
Mhm.
if the content that you're sharing is so interesting and so helpful to them that they need to have a video that's longer.
Yeah.
So you really have to cater it to your audience.
And do you talk about live streams like we're doing now?
Live streams are one mechanism that can be
Mhm.
used, and it is used in a manner of if it's comfortable for the person. Some people
Yeah.
get petrified with live streams. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't force someone to do it. It's
Mhm.
just a format and a way that you can create video content.
Yeah. Well, as an independent producer, I think if I had to edit stuff,
Mhm. Yeah,
I I wouldn't get as much done.
right.
So
Yeah.
I try and plan a session that's
Mhm.
and when it's live, make sure everybody's equipment is up to snuff and
Right.
like that's kind of hard if you're doing remote people, but
Right. Yeah, because you
um,
don't know what
yeah.
their setup is. You don't know,
Yeah.
what their background's gonna look like.
But I
Where are
think
they
one
where are they
advantage
from?
of the pandemic and when everyone was staying home is that we got familiar with that stuff.
Mhm.
And a lot of people did kind of get up to speed on some of it.
Right.
Um, but I think, I would advise people to invest in like a microphone like yours or mine,
Right.
and as a
A
high
high
def camera.
definition, yeah, a high definition camera is
Mhm.
definitely important. If you don't have one, there are apps that, or at least one that I'm very familiar with, that you can add to your phone to turn your phone into a web camera. And so we know that pretty much
Right. Yeah.
every single phone is high definition, so
Yeah.
we wouldn't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Um, and then just make sure that you're in a well-lit area. It doesn't have to be purchased lights that you're using, but if it's
Mhm.
ideally daylight, if there is a window that is behind your camera. So basically, if this is your camera and you're in front of it, you're facing it, then you
Yeah.
want to make sure that the light is coming behind the camera so that it can illuminate you. You
So the
don't want to
lighting
be
on your face.
facing, yeah.
Now, do you have like a ring light or some kind of light on your face?
I do have a ring light that's over in this
Yeah.
area. And I have it high. It's almost acting as a hair light, which is what
Sure.
they
Yeah.
call in the business.
Right, right,
And
right.
then I have a soft box light over to my
Mm.
left. And so that's lighting me up because it's a rainy day here in New York. So it's
Yeah,
not,
oh, you're in New York,
it's
yeah.
gray today.
Yeah, we got that big system coming up. We're in Boston,
Yeah. Yeah. So it's raining
Yeah,
and gray
so
all day today. But
well,
yeah, so
do you have
it's
any
really
good
important.
stories of like client, like just in the few minutes we have left, we won't go too long because
Mm.
people have busy days. But
Yeah.
I just wondered if you had a client testimonial or story that you'd like to tell us.
Oh gosh, I have so many. Well, I just finished, she hasn't written her testimonial yet, but I know that she enjoyed the experience, and it actually was with a author slash publisher slash writing coach.
Yeah.
And she hired me because she actually wanted not to create a book trailer. She had come up with a book that I think she published earlier this year, and she wanted to do some more marketing with it. But she has a writer's retreat that is coming up later, I think starting next month,
Yeah.
I believe. And so she wanted to do a promotional video that tied into the book that she had created. So she wanted to have some help with being able to create. It was like a minute and a half, less than 2 minute long video that could convey the emotion and the message. It's a very personal story, this book. And
Mhm.
so she wanted to have a video that would be able to convey that message effectively. So we worked on it for about a month. And I just delivered the final version last night. And she's extremely happy with it and loves the way that it turned out.
So
And
she recorded it with you, or?
no, this
Oh,
video actually was all consisted of what's considered B-roll
oh
footage
yeah.
or
Mhm.
supplemental footage.
Interesting.
And so it
Wow.
incorporated footage that she had filmed of
Yeah.
herself from a previous, I think it was a promotional video. I can't remember what the source was.
Yeah.
So I took some of that and I had to curate or find additional B-roll that met with the emotional level of what it was that this script was. She wrote the script. And then I curated the content to match what it was that she wanted. And we worked fairly closely together in terms of making sure that the footage that she was, that she wanted from
Mhm.
her footage was actually the footage that we used. And then we had to select, graphics and things of that nature and music and all of that. So
And
she
who
really
is
loved the.
is it okay to give her name, or?
Sure. Her name is Dawn James. She's a Canadian
Uh-huh.
author, but she's based in Costa Rica right now.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things are, I've noticed sometimes when I really take the time to kind of produce something and a
Hmm.
little sampler of, events we've done on
Right.
Facebook TV, it's those things get a lot of views. I think
Hmm.
people like the kind of pace of it, and if
Yeah.
it's, but
Yeah.
you
But that's
when you
not
look
the
at.
only, it's a
Sorry.
great mechanism to use for promotional and marketing purposes.
Yeah.
But that's not the only kind of content that authors should be thinking about in terms of being able to promote themselves as authors and to promote their content. There are other ways that they can do that, especially the assumption is that an author totally understands who their audience is. So if you know what the needs are of your audience, then you need to
Mhm.
create content that fits that need. And if that book fits the need of your audience, and it really doesn't matter what genre of book it is, it really can be used across the board regardless.
Right.
All you need to do is figure out what platform makes sense for you in terms of the types of videos that you want to create. Because you could do something as simple as you can obviously do a book trailer that's more promotional, but you could talk about the writing process of what you went through and how
Mhm.
you wrote your book and really dissect that almost on an analytical basis because
That
your
really.
your audience might be interested because I'm assuming that for some if not most authors, other authors are fans of their work. I could
Yeah.
be wrong,
Yeah.
but that's what I would assume.
Yeah,
And
and we're
so that
going,
would be beneficial.
we have a session. I think, she's coming on in a couple days for a preview, but, um, she's Jania de Lima.
Mhm.
She's, talking about how to identify your reader, because I don't think all authors or publishers necessarily have taken, done the depth.
Oh, okay.
I think, they kinda have a sense, but
Right.
some of them are kind of new at it, and
Right.
but yeah, so we'll have that. Let me just put
Yeah.
the thing, the conference. I don't think we have the I don't think we have the schedule up, so I'm not sure when yours is, but everybody should come to this conference. We have every time, this is like our fourth virtual one.
Mhm.
And we run it and we organize it and stuff, but every time I just like blows me away what I learn from it.
Oh, wow, good. Yeah.
Even though I've been with, oh God, we have a misspelling. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, I just noticed it.
No, no, no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. Yeah, even though I've
So
been with the organization since about 2008, and
Mhm.
we've done this is our 12th conference, as you can see. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I think this aspect, your video presentation on video, leveraging the power of video is just,
Yeah.
it's something that we don't always talk about, and
Yeah.
it's a huge
Yeah.
thing now.
Yeah.
Like I said.
And yeah, it's really important. And there will, in my presentation, I'll be sharing ideas of different types of videos that I won't go into every single one because there's too many, but I will give a
Yeah.
sampling of some of the types of videos that can be created and the types of tools that they can utilize in order to do it. But if they are of the mind like you are, where I don't really want to have to think about editing. I just want to say what I have to say and go live. Live streaming is certainly an option for most people, but I would make sure that you're cognizant of formatting it, not necessarily in a way. I know you mentioned the fact that if you're interviewing people that you give them, all of the protocols, which I do still recommend that you do that so that they come prepared, but also map out the flow of your live stream so that it is intriguing and interesting and fascinating to the viewer. Think like the viewer and what the experience is that you want to you want them to have when they're listening.
That is a brilliant advice. I just, I should internalize that a little bit more than I do. But the pace of my production is just huge, fast. But anyway, well, this is definitely a great introduction to this topic, and I'm really glad you're going to be coming. And that I don't know how we found you, but Mary Catherine is. Really,
it was through Mary Catherine, and it was through Ali Berthiaume.
Yeah, they were on last
I've
week.
known Ali for years and could never pronounce her last name. I always butcher it, but it's
I know.
Berthiaume.
I've seen her name for years
Love
too.
her to death. She's the greatest.
The other woman that was with her is just a dynamo too. So they're going to be presenting together. But,
she's doing I thought she was by herself. Oh, okay.
No, she's
doing a joint one.
And I should know who that.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing
they
that.
They work together. Gosh, when was it? I'm sorry. It was one of our first ones.
Yeah, Allie's good.
Oh, do not write a book until you attend this session. And that's their little kind of nugget.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so this is like mistakes, things to avoid, best practices.
Yeah.
So,
and cool. Excellent.
Yeah, Press 49 is the woman who's with her.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Bridget McGowan Hawkins.
Yeah, I don't know her.
Yeah, I'll send you her. You'd love her. She's just great.
Cool.
All right, we will be talking to you in a few short weeks, and we're really happy to have this topic on the conference.
Yeah, I'm really excited to present it. I think that authors really need to use video so that it can enhance their online presence and boost their book sales, because you can always use the videos as promotional at the end. The call to action is buy my book.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for being
You're
here, Edie.
welcome.
And it's just it's convinced me that I'm definitely going to attend your session.
Excellent. And I have a bonus for you as a little gift, a channel audit that I did for your channel that I'll be
No,
sending to
really?
you.
Oh,
Yes.
that would be so great.
Yes.
Because
I'll be
nobody ever
sending that
tells
to
you
you
how
shortly.
you're doing.
I know. So I'm going to send that to you. Actually, I can
Thank
share the link
you.
with you later.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you so much.
You're
Okay, we'll
welcome.
talk to you soon.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
I tried to end.